Good morning, students. Once again, so again, I am going to take this class through this video, and I will upload in YouTube. So kindly go through this. So we are discussing in the previous problems related in the previous class problems related to HRA. So same I am continuing. Okay. So the notes I have sent in the group. I'll read out the problem. From the following information, compute the exempted amount of HRA in each case. If Mr. Tamid stays in Kanpur. So there are 5 cases. Okay. For each case, salary per month, HRA per month, and rent per month is given. So you have to convert it into year. Fine. So how will you calculate taxable HRA? Taxable HRA is equal to actual HRA minus exempted HRA. Exempted HRA is equal to list of the following is exempted. So there are 3 points in that. So I'll take first any one of the case in the problem. So we'll take first case. List of following is exempted. Okay. So first point, that's 3 points are there in exempted HRA calculation. First is actual HR received. So in the first case, actual HR received is 7,200 for 1 year. Right. Rent paid is how much in the first case? 400. So 4,800 minus 10% of salary. 10% of salary. Salary in first case is 4,500. So 4,500 into 12 is 54,000. So 10% of that is 5,400. So 4,800 minus 5,400 is minus. But never ever take minus figure in the calculation of HRA. Okay. You have to take it as a nil. You have to take it as a nil. Therefore, second point is taken as nil. Where does he stay? He stays in Kanpur. Rest of Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. Okay, DMKC. DMKC dagiದ್ರೆ 50% of salary ತಗೋಬೇಕು. DMKC ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ 40% of salary. So 40% of 54,000 is 21,600. ಈ ಮೂರದ್ರಾಗ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಯಾವುದೈತಿ? ನಿಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ನಿಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ HRA ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ದಾಗ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ HRA is 7,200 minus nil. Therefore taxable HRA is 7,200. Likewise, all these cases are been taken. So second case also you have exempted HRA nil. Fourth case also you have exempted HRA nil. Fifth case also you have exempted HRA nil. You cannot take exempted HRA as minus. Exempted HRA minus ಅಂತ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲರೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. Either you have to take it as nil or you can take it as value, but it cannot be minus. Right. So this is one more problem which I have taken here. If you take third case in the problem, so there is some calculation for third case for exempted HRA. So exempted HRA is list of following. So actual HRA received ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 12,000. Rent paid is 950 into 12 minus 10% of salary. Right. So the 10% of salary is 7,200. The difference comes out somewhere around 4,200. Second point. Third point, it stays in rest of Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. That is except of this. So 40% of 72,000 is 28,800. Therefore exempted HRA is 4,200. So if you take taxable HRA here, in third case it is 12,000 minus 4,200, right? That way you can do it. So this is one more problem. Now come back to that list of the chart, allowance chart, which I had given you. Go back to that. Partly taxable allowance ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ? HRA. Okay, first one ಯಾವ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ? HRA. Now second is EA. That is entertainment allowance. Entertainment allowance is given to an employee for the purpose of entertainment expenditure. Generally again government employees will get this, and few of the company will also give entertainment allowance to their employees just to meet out their expenditure related to entertainment. And this is also partly taxable. Okay, so look at this particular table. For government employee there is a calculation. So taxable EA is equal to actual EA minus exempted EA. Actual EA received minus exempted EA. Exempted EA is list of following is exempted. You have to say list of following is exempted. So 3 points ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 3 points or 3 provisions you can say. First one, actual EA received. Second, absolute limit, that is fixed limit 5,000. Third point, 20% of basic salary. ಈ ಮೂರದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು exempted EA ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. You have to take it as exempted EA. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ EAದಾಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ EA. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ EA. This is again telling this is for government employee only. For private employee, look at here. For private employee, no exemption. Private employee ಗೆ EA exemption ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ EA ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ EA ಅಂತ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ತಿಳಿತಾ? Just taken one example, simple example to clarify this concept. Mr. Deepak is a government employee who gets 80,000 per annum is as basic salary. Okay, and he receives 20,000 as EA. So calculate exempted EA. So actually is how much? Actually received is 20,000 per year. So per year, okay. Fixed limit is 5,000. Third point is 20% of basic salary. Basic is how much? 80,000. Assuming basic entire is 80,000. So 20% of 80,000, 16,000. ಈ ಮೂರುದ್ರಾಗ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಯಾವ್ದೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ? 5,000 is the exempted EA. 5,000 is exempted EA. Therefore, taxable EA is equal to 20,000 minus 5,000 is equal to 15,000. Again, a government employee. Normally the problems related to EA will be for only government employee. Why? Because for private employee there is no need to calculate. It is straight away you have to take into 12. ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ EA. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ EA ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ. ಓಕೆ, taken one more problem here. Refer that Mr. Dulichand works in government of Tamil Nadu. So government employee. He gives following details. Basic salary 5,000 per month. DA farming part 1,000 per month. DA non-farming part. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ DAಗೆ 2 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, HRA 600 per month, EA 250 per month. He claims that he has paid rent of 200 per month. 200 per month in pay madan, rent pay madan, and he has spent 3,000 per annum towards EA. Calculate exempted HRA and calculate exempted EA. Okay, so our provision goes as exempted HRA is equal to list of following is exempted. List of following is exempted. So ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೇಳಿ 3 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾವಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ HRA ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 7,200. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಂಟ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 10% ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ. ರೆಂಟ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 200 per month, so 2,400 minus 10% of salary. Salary is 72,000. 72,000 ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ DA ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. HRA ಮಾಡೋದ್ನಾಗ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ DA ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ 10% ಆಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ 7,200. ಸೊ 2,400 minus 7,200 is 0 minus what you have to take as 0, nil ಅಂತ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು. Third is 50% of salary because he stays in Chennai. He stays in Chennai, right? Therefore exempted HRA is nil. Exempted HRA is nil. Same way exempted EA. Similarly, we calculate exempted EA. So is a government employee, so you have to do calculation. Actually is equal to 3,000 per 250 per month, so 3,000 per year. Fixed limit is 5,000. Third point is 20% of basic. Basic is 5,000 per month, so 60,000. So 20% of 60,000 is 12,000, right? So together whichever is least is 3,000, right? So exempted EA in this case is 3,000. Hope this is clear to all of you. Exempted EA in this case is 3,000, right? So here we have taken HRA and EA two calculation. One is exempted HRA and another is exempted EA calculation we have taken, right? So third partly taxable allowance is hill allowance or hill area allowance. Okay, this is the third one. Look at the chart again. This allowance is given to an employee who is working in hill area. Okay, so just to meet out the expenditure of their living, because compared to normal area the hill area expenditure will be high. That is the reason an employee is given an employee is given this particular allowance. It is partly taxable and partly exempted. The exemption amount varies from 300 per month up to 7,000 per month. So it depends upon which hill area you are working. So in the problem it will be given. Problem ದಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, because for different hill area the exemption amount is different. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Government has specified different amount for different hill areas. So in the problem it will be given exemption amount ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So 500 per month is exempted. So you have to take 6,000 rupees is exempted. ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ದಾಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಹಿಲ್ ಅಲೋವೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಹಿಲ್ ಅಲೋವೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡೋತ್ತಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲೂ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಇದು. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಲೋವೆನ್ಸ್ or scheduled area allowance. Tribal area allowance or scheduled area allowance. So if an employee is working in tribal areas, so government has declared 9 states as tribal areas or scheduled area. 9 ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಘೋಷಿತ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. These are as follows: Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Orissa, UP, West Bengal and Tripura. ಈ 9 ರಾಜ್ಯನ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಸೀವಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯರ್, then you can claim exemption. You can claim exemption of 200 per month. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ರೀ, 6,000. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಷನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ 200 ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್ ಅಂದರೆ 2,400 ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಬಲ್ tribal area or scheduled area allowance. I hope this is clear. Same formula, taxable is equal to actual minus exempted. ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಕೈತೆ ಸೇಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲೇನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾತ್ರಿ, ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನು. ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಲೋವೆನ್ಸ್, ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Education allowance, generally to meet out the cost of education of the employees' children. So for that sake education allowance is given by the employer. So ಕಂಪ್ನಿದವರು ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳ 1,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು 1,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು 12,000 ಆಯ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 100 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್, 100 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ 1,200 ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ and remaining 900 is taxable. So 10,800 is taxable education allowance. But you have to remember one thing here, it is exempted for maximum 2 children only. ಸೊ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ sometime an employee receive education allowance for 3 children. ಸೊ 3 ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ 2 children ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಐತಿ. ಯು ಮೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಲೋನ್ಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿದವ್ರು, ಆದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ 2 children. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಒಂದೇ ಚೈಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಕಂಪ್ನಿದವರು ಒಂದೇ ಚೈಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಅವ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಚೈಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಅವ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟೂ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 child, ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟೆಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 1 child. Employee having 2 child, exempted also 2 child. Employee having 3 child, exempted also only 2 child. Hope this is clear. Next is look at this hostel allowance. Hostel allowance. So an employees, I mean the children are staying in hostel. To meet out the cost of expenditure of hostel, some allowances or some expenditure or some amount is given by the employer. That is called as hostel allowance. Okay, but 300 per month per child. So in the previous case, education allowance is 100 per month per child. One child ಗೆ 100 ಅದು per month. ಸೊ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ 100 into 2 into 12. 1 child ಇದ್ದರೆ 100 into 1 into 12. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾಸ್ಟೆಲ್ ಅಲೋನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರ್ರಿ.